Welcome to Math with Mrs. Cox. We are on Chapter 3, Lesson 10, Quotients with Zeros. We are on page 215 in your math book. Most of the problems in here have to deal with there being a zero that you have to put in your quotient or answer. All right, let's begin. Example 1, Maya is saving to buy a television. The television costs $327. She plans to save money for 3 months. How much does Maya need to save each month to buy the television? Now you can estimate 327 is really close to 300, and that would equal $100. So we know our answer is going to be around $100. Let's go ahead and divide into this. If we look over here, we see that 3 can go into 3 one time. 1 times 3 is 3. 3 minus 3 is 0. Bring down the 2. And 3 cannot go into the 2. Now when that happens, you put a 0 right above the 2, and you have to divide it out. 0 times 3 is 0. Bring down the 2. Now you can bring down the 7 for the 27. Then we can see that 3 will go into 27 9 times. 9 times 3 is 27. 27 minus 27 is 0. So, since 327 divided by 3 is $109, and M equals 109. Maya needs to save $109 each month. And we can compare it to our estimate. We have 109 compared to 100. I think our estimate was pretty darn close. All right, next page. Okay, number 2. Find 5,231 divided by 4. Quite the big number. So let's begin. We have 4, and we know that 4 will go into 5 at least once. 1 times 4 is 4. 5 minus 4 is 1. Then they bring down the 2, so we have 12. 4 will go into 12 3 times. 3 times 4 is 12. 12 minus 12 is 0. Bring down the 3. But 4 will not go into 3, so right above the 3 we need to put a 0. 0 times 4 is 0. Then we have 3 minus 0 would be 3. Bring down that 1, and we are about finished. 31. 4 will go into 31 about 7 times, because 4 times 7 is 28. 28, 29, 30, 31. There's 3 left. So we're going to have a remainder of 3. So we can know that the remainder is 3, and we can understand that 5,231 divided by 4 is 1,307, remainder 3. Then we can use multiplication to check our answer, and how we would do that is we would do 1,307 times the divisor. 4 times 0 is 0. Bring down the 2. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 1 is 1. Bring down the 5, or add the 5 would be 5. 5, 2, 3, 1. Oh, and don't forget we have to add our remainder. Add that 3 into it. 3, 8, 9, 10, 11. 5,231, and that's what we started with. Then you know you've got the correct answer. So we checked by doing 1,307 times 4, and it did equal our grand number of 5,228, and plus the 3 would equal our beginning number. All right, let's do some guided practice. we are going to divide. 4 will go into 8 twice. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 minus 8 is 0. Bring down the 4. 4 will go into 4 once. 1 times 4 is 1 times 4 is 4. And 4 minus 4 is 0. They bring down the 2. 4 will not go into 2, so above this 2 up here, we have to put a 0. 0 times 4 is 0. 2 minus 0 is 2. So we have a remainder of 2. There you go. All right, I think you've got a handle on it. Let's hurry and go to the homework. There you go. This is a good idea to grab some graph paper. I'm going to blow my page up so I can do my work. All right, let's begin. Number 1, 8 will go into 8 one time. 1 times 8 is 8. 8 minus 8 is 0. Bring the 5 down. 8 will not go into 5, so above the 5 we need to put a 0. 0 times 8 is 0. 5 minus 0, bring down the 5, bring down that beautiful 6. 8 will go into 56 7 times. 7 times 8 is 56. 0. Please make sure you show all your work and that you work all the way through the problem. Okay, number 2. 3, oh, look at this. 3 will not go into 2, so we're going to have to go into 2 digits deep and go into 29. 3 will go into 29 9 times. 9 times 3 is 27. 29 minus 27 is 2. Bring that 2 down. 3 will go into 22 7 times. 7 times 3 is 21. 22 minus 21 is 1. Bring the 6 down. 3 will go into 16 at least 5 times. 5 times 3 is 15. 16 minus 15 is 1. We'll do a remainder 1. 3. They want us to learn how to bracket it up. So I'm going to actually do my work up here so I have room to write my problem. All right, 4 will go into 8 twice. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 minus 8 is 0. Bring down the 4. 4 will go into 4 once. 1 times 4 is 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. Bring the 1 down. 4 will not go into 1s. We have to add a 0, but we have to finish the problem out. 0 times 4 is 0. And there we go. It's going to be, oh, just kidding, I made a mistake. Haha. Almost got caught. 1 subtract 0 is 1, so then our remainder is 1. Whew, that was close. I almost had to pay Cox cash to someone. Good job. Okay, double check your answers. Make sure your work is showing your arrows. Let's go to the next page. Number 4. Monica wants to join the swim team. She practices 812 minutes in 4 weeks. She practices the same number of minutes each week. How many minutes does Monica practice each week? Okay, we know this is a division problem and we have 2 numbers. So we need to bracket it up. Go ahead and do 4 into 812. 4 will go into 8 twice. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 minus 8 is 0. Bring the 0 down. Oh dear, 4 will not go into 1, so above the 1 we need to put a 0. 0 times 4 is 0. Bring the 1 down because that's what we have left. Pull the 2 all the way down to the bottom. Yes, 4 will go into that 3 times evenly. 3 times 4 is 12. 0. So she will practice a total of 203 minutes. Brain builder. Oof. Let's see how this works. The art teacher asks her students to cut out 1,045 apples. Wow, those are some great students. And 1,000 463 leaves from construction paper. 5 apples can be cut from a sheet of paper, and 7 leaves can be cut from a sheet of paper. How many sheets of paper does she need? Write equations to find the unknown, and then find the unknown. All right, several things going on here. We have this number that's important, this number that's important, and then this means 5, and this means 7. So we've got apples and leaves. Let me pull this up a little bit. Let's do the apples first. This is going to be a good idea for you to get some graph paper because this problem is going to take a lot of work. In fact, I'm going to erase a little bit of this right here so I have some space. So 5. We have 5 apples and we need to cut 1,045. And we know that the answer is going to tell us how many sheets of paper. All right, so I know that 5 cannot go into 1, so I'm going to have to go 2 factors deep, 2 numbers deep. 5 will go into 10 twice. 2 times 5 is 10. 10 minus 10 is 0. Bring down the 4. 5 will not go into 4, so we have to add a 0 up here. 0 times 5 is 0. Bring down the 4. Pull the 5 all the way down. 5 will go into 45 9 times. 9 times 5 is 45. All right, so we know that it's going to take 209 sheets for the apples. I'll do a big A over here. Okay. Now we have the leaves. There's the leaves. Let's do the leaves problem. Leaves were 7 leaves can be cut, and we need to cut 1,463 leaves. All right, 7 will not go into 1, but 7 will go into 14 at least twice. 2 times 7 is 14. 14 minus 14 is 0. Bring down the 6. Oh dear, 7 won't go into 6, so we have to add a 0 up there. 0 times 7 is 0. Bring down the 6 and pull that 3 all the way down. See if it helps us. Whoops, made a mistake. That's supposed to be 63. 7 will go into 63 9 times. Ooh, very similar numbers. 9 times 7 is 63. There we go. So this is my leaf. That's how many sheets I'm going to have for my leaf. All right, so now the question asks me, how many sheets does she need? Write an equation to find the unknown. First question, how many sheets does she need? Well, I'm going to add 209 for the apple. And then the leaf was 209. Ooh, that's kind of cool. So I'm going to add those together. 9 plus 9 is 18. Bring down the 1. 2 and 2 is 4. So she's going to need 418 sheets of paper. Construction paper. Now we need to write the equation. And what they want you to do is write the equation like this. 1,045 divided by 5 equals, now we have to add the unknown. Let's just say A. A for apple. And then we found it, so we know that A equals 209. Okay, next equation, we're going to have 1,463 sheets of paper, and we're going to divide that by 7. And that's going to say, we're going to say that equals L for leaves. Okay, and we found the answer and found out that L equals 209. Very good. I think we've answered all of our questions. Go ahead and circle that for good measure so Mrs. Bean can find your answer easily. Number 6. Which one does not belong? Circle the division problem that does not belong with the other 3. Explain why it does not belong. Write a problem that does belong. Okay, So let's look at these. If we look at these, we can see that we can go like this really quickly and figure a few of them out. All right, 6 will go into 6 one time. 1 times 6 is 6. I'm going to blow that up a little bit. Bring down the 2. Won't go into 2, so then I have to have a 0. 0 times 6 is 0. 2, bring down the 1. 6 will go into 21. 3 times, 6 times 3 is 18. 18, 19, 20, 21. The remainder of 3. Okay, so I know I'm looking at this answer, and there's a 0 in the quotient, which is what the whole lesson has been about, and there's a remainder. Let's see if this one has anything similar, shall we? All right, 3 will go into 3 one time. 1 times 3 is 3. 3 minus 3 is 0. Bring down the 8. 3 will go into 8 twice. Be 6. 8 minus 6 is 2. Bring down the 4. 3 will go into 24 8 times. 8 times 3 is 24. All right, so far I can see this one's different. It does not have a 0 in the quotient, and it does not have a remainder. So I don't have enough information to make a good enough answer. So I'm going to answer this one as well. 7 will go into 7 one time. 1 times 7 is 7. 7 minus 7 is 0. Bring down the 1. 7 can't go into that, so I'm going to add a 0. Bring down the 1. Bring down the 9. 7 will go into 19 at least twice, and it equals 14. And there will be 5 left over. Remainder 5. All right, it looks like we're having a pattern here. I would say that this one does not belong. And I would say that it does not have a 0. The quotient does not have a 0. And for us to figure out how to make it into a 0, I think I would do something similar to the first one. So I would maybe go 621 divided by 3 to see if that would work it out to be a little quotient with a 0. All right, next one. Test practice. Abby and her family are going to Yellowstone National Park this summer. They drive 1,212 miles from their home to the park. If they drive the same number of miles each day for 4 days, how many miles will they drive? Okay, we've got our number. We're going to bracket it up. Yellowstone would be really pretty to visit this time of year. All right, 4 will go into 12 because it definitely won't go into 1. So 4 will go into 12 3 times. 3 times 4 is 12. 12 minus 12 is 0. Bring down the 1. 4 will not go into 1, so we have to add a 0 up there. 0 times 4 is 0. 1, bring down the 2. 4 will go into 12 3 times. 3 times 4 is 12. There we go. We've got the proof. We can see the answer right there. All right. Rip it out and turn it